Alright guys, it's been a while. This is another video of how to seafoam your vehicle. Basically on any fuel injected vehicles, I'm going to be able to do it this way. Now this probably won't work the same way, which it won't, for a carbureted engine. To me, I would say pour it down straight through the carburetor, but I'll have to make another video for that for another time. So, seafoam. Basically, you pour about 1/4 of a can of this into your intake, and it cleans out the carbon deposits and all that gunk inside there built up on top of the pistons, and everything like that. You want to get all that out of there over the years of age. This is a 93 Ford Ranger XL, 2-wheel drive, automatic, 4.0 V6. So she's got a lot of mileage. I'm not sure 100% what the mileage is. I do know that something's been done. I just bought the truck. She kind of hesitates a little bit. And basically that's what I got this stuff for, and I've used it numbers of times. I've never had issues out of it of using it. You can pick this up at any local auto parts stores, Walmart, and hell, probably even Dollar Tree. I paid about $7 for this, $6.97 at Walmart, which ain't bad. So basically the tools you're going to need in this video are a couple paper towels, because this stuff, when you start using it, it gets a little oily, and you probably don't want that on your hands. I wouldn't recommend getting it on your skin. If you didn't have to, you'll need a pair of pliers for a clamp, and you'll need to remove this from your brake booster. So you go over here to where your brakes are, brake master cylinder, brake booster. Over here there's a little grommet that this little piece sticks into, and it sucks vacuum to the intake. This sticks in this hose with this clamp. This is the clamp I was talking about that you're gonna have to remove. You squeeze that in and these two ends, and it pulls, and you can pull the clamp down. So basically this goes here, this goes there. You remove that, then you take, like I said, about 1/4 of a can of this into the intake, and then after you do that, you'll let the vehicle sit turned off for about 10 to 15 minutes or so, and come back in and crank it up. Now when you use this stuff, make sure that it is well vented area when you use this, because you're not supposed to breathe this stuff. It will smoke like crazy. I'm not kidding when I say that. It will smoke. People will probably think that you've got a blown head gasket, or if you ever got any not too nice neighbors, this will definitely piss them off. Now I have dual exhaust. There's one on that side. There's one on that side sticking out. Now, so you take 1/4 of a can of this, 1/4 of a can vape staking into the gas tank, and then you take, supposed to, into your oil. Now I just changed the oil. I wouldn't recommend putting this in there. They say you're supposed to put it in there and then run your vehicle and then change your oil. I wouldn't do that, just because there's a lot of gunk and stuff in there. If you start breaking all that up, it'll start clogging the holes for your drain back holes that goes to your oil pan when you turn the vehicle off. So I wouldn't probably do that. It'd break up too much stuff, and probably break it up too much that it would suck it into your oil pump and burn your oil pump, and then there goes your engine. So I'd recommend just not doing that, and just doing this. If you've got, say, idle issues, hesitation, or you got hesitation when you want to get on it or anything like that, more likely you probably either need plugs or wires, or probably an air filter. If you've got a massive airflow sensor, which my vehicle does, which is located right here after the air filter and before the throttle body, that registers for the PCM how much airflow comes through here. Now if you have any cracks, which these are notorious for cracking, dry rotting, and everything else, and they get holes in them and you don't know it until you get a check engine light, or something like that saying that it's running too rich or too lean. But basically you can take this off and clean it and put it back on, and then it should go away, and you should probably have more horsepower too. It'll run better. But anyways, let's go ahead and get this thing going. Best thing to do is have a partner when you do this, because of the fact of when you start pouring this stuff in there, it's going to have a bunch of sucking air noise, so don't freak out whenever it happens. That's normal, taking this off. You would basically have somebody inside holding the throttle at around 2,000 RPM or so, so when you're pouring this stuff in, it doesn't cut the engine off, because it'll try to cut it off, it'll run like shit, it'll hesitate and everything else. And after you get about, say, 1/4 of a can, you shut the engine off, let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I did this on my girlfriend's Jeep yesterday. Now, it didn't smoke as much like I thought it would, so it probably wasn't built up that much carbon, but I got a feeling that this one's really going to smoke. But without further ado, let's go ahead and set up the camera and everything and go ahead and fire this thing up and get it smoking. One little last thing I want to note too, before I turn this off. Whenever you do this, like I said, make sure it's well vented area, and whenever you go to do this, it's going to smoke like hell. So when I say that, you need to make sure that you drive on a back road, dead end road, something like that, because you may get a ticket for driving this like this because it's smoking so bad. It will smoke if it's got a lot of carbon built up in it. But basically, make sure that you're on a back road or something like that where you know there's no police around, where you can get on it and flush the stuff out, because that's what you're going to have to do as soon as I put it in there and let it sit. Alright. Right now it's already running rough. I don't like it. Alright, so after that, we're going to let her sit for about, say I said, about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And then we'll come right back. Okay, well, it's been about 10 or 15 minutes now. A little over. Had a little accident. Trying to move the truck back because I just washed it and detailed it. And when the fan comes on, you know, it stirs up the grass that's loose down here and throws it up here, and I don't want it all over it. Because like I said, I just redid it and painted it all. Well, when I was turning the wheel, for some reason my cap doesn't seal that well, and it shot fluid out, as you can see. I had it all over the fender. I just cleaned it all up. I just waxed the damn thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and fire it up and watch it smoke, and then we'll get to drive it down the road. If she'll start. Sometimes it'll be hard to start just because of what we put in there. Woo! Smoky. She's a chooching. Well, remember when I said not to breathe this stuff? Well, that's kind of not happening. It is smoking bad. Really bad. I got some carbon buildup in this thing. Alright. Look in the mirror. Oh yeah. Alright guys, well, I just come back from driving it. I know a lot of you are probably wanting like, what the hell, why didn't I take y'all along? But the fact is, the road I'm living on is only like 35 miles an hour, and you know, I can't be holding a camera and watching my eyes, you know, behind my back and stuff like that while I'm driving this thing up and down the road trying to get the smoke to clear up. Because like I said, if you get caught having this thing smoking like it was, that wouldn't be a good thing. But anyways, that's how to seafoam your vehicle. It's a 1993 Ford Ranger XL 4.0 V6 automatic. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. I make automotive how-to videos, so I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the bottom, and I'll sure find my way to answer them. Thanks.